back with us, Yashwant. Yogendra ji, aapse shuru karti hu. In the morning you were talking about how the Congress must reflect on why it can't convert winnable elections into victories. The numbers are a lot more clear since when we were talking. अगर आप अब बड़ी political picture देखें तो आप क्या देखते हैं?
Barkha, first thing first, it's a setback. It's a setback not just for Congress. It's a setback for all those like me. And I'm glad you introduced me as a political activist, which is what I am. All of us who want to see a change in this country in 2024. It's a setback. Yes, Telangana is a morale booster for the Congress party, almost a model of what Congress party can do to recover in places that it can convert a defeat into a victory. At the same time, the results of Telangana cannot match the negative message that comes from the three states, where at least in two of them, Congress has almost snatched a defeat out of the jaws of victory. If you had asked me 6 months ago, I would have said Chhattisgarh is pakka for Congress, Madhya Pradesh nikali legi, Rajasthan is iffy, and in Telangana, Congress should be happy if they are a respectable second. If you asked me 1 week ago, I would have said Telangana is pakka, Congress is winning. Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh margins would go down, but ho sakta hai they'll kind of scrape through. Rajasthan mein baat nahi ban rahi hai. That would have been my impression. But the results are very different. And it is, statistically, you can say that it's not much loss for the Congress for 2024, because out of these 82 seats, Congress had won only 6 last time. And after the result today, Congress will actually improve, because in Telangana, it should win now at least 10 seats or so. But that is statistical consolation. The fact is that in terms of morale, in terms of perception, in terms of cadre thinking, and the overall mood in the country, this would impact the Congress and the opposition negatively.
What do you think you misread, Yogendra ji? You say it's a setback. What did you misread? You clearly misread Madhya Pradesh. You clearly misread, in a sense, Kamal Nath's confidence. Chhattisgarh, obviously, you misread. ये misleading कहाँ हुई और कैसे हुई, क्यों हुई?
Chhattisgarh, I must confess, I was actually not there physically. So as I said repeatedly, I'm drawing upon what I hear and say from intelligent people around. Madhya Pradesh, I have visited 3 or 4 times. I'm sure you would have done so. Every journalist has done so. Yes, there was no outright anger against Shivraj Singh government, but there was a fatigue. बस बहुत हो गया. A government which would have almost lost, had gone 5 years ago, came back through the back door, and governed in a way which is not particularly distinguished. I'm sure decent BJP people would tell you that there wasn't much to write home about Shivraj Singh Chauhan's last government of the last 4 years. So there was widespread sense of fatigue. And all said and done, anyone would tell you Congress fought a 2018. 2018, Congress was a fractious house, divided house. This time they had only one leader. And right down at the booth level, Congress was somewhat in a better shape. Congress in the best of shape is no match for the BJP. But relatively speaking, it was in a slightly better position this time. So given all this, there was a sense that yes, Congress is, and on the street, you heard overall positive sentiments. What went wrong for the Congress now that I look at it? 2 big things. One, of course, the much claimed Ladli Behna Yojana. The BJP came up with the scheme. The BJP delivered. Election Commission kept mum, while the same Election Commission objected to BRS giving something similar to the voters of Telangana. And last installment was delivered only a few days before election. But that alone does not explain something as big as this. There are 2 other mistakes that I can think of in the Congress. One is that the Congress didn't have a big narrative. एक सपना दिखाना होता है ना लोगों को, वो कांग्रेस के पास नहीं था. And second, for the first time, there was an OBC Hawa in Madhya Pradesh. OBC mandalization is beginning to happen in Madhya Pradesh for the first time. Congress failed to align itself with that. But having said all this, having given so much gyan, I must confess that the result, the extent of BJP's victory, 9% point. This is something you can smell. We should be able to smell on the street. It's not 1 or 2 percentage point that anyone can miss. मैं हिंदी में कहता हूँ कि देखिए 99 डिग्री आपको टेम्परेचर है या नहीं तो थर्मोमीटर से पता लगता है, पर 103 अगर है तो यूं हाथ लगा के पता लग जाता है कि 100 कुछ तो है. So 9 percentage point की victory, so it's like 103 temperature. It should be palpable on the street, but it wasn't. So I must confess, and I should say only this much: there is something that defies explanation in this particular verdict.
Okay, I'm going to take this to Yashwant, and in the meantime, Yogendra ji, while we were able to get the essence of what you were saying, there was a slight crackle in your audio. So if you can just rejoin on the same link, we'll be maybe able to hear you better. आपकी बिल्कुल मोटी-मोटी बात सब समझ आ गई. The Ladli scheme it was a big factor. The OBC vote perhaps was a factor. लेकिन फिर भी there is something that defies explanation. Yashwant, a lot of the polls also didn't pick up what happened in Madhya Pradesh. And we really, if we can change the slide to Madhya Pradesh and look at the numbers as we talk about them. Yashwant, you also were not able to really gauge what was going to happen in Madhya Pradesh. When you listen to Yogendra ji talk about the Ladli scheme, talk about the OBC factor, but at the same time, he says it defies explanation. Do you also feel that it defies explanation? Because he's talking also from the perceived fatigue.
In a way, it does, Barkha. In a way, it does. I was joking with Yogendra before the show started कि मैंने तो वही खिचड़ी राजस्थान में बनाई, वही तेलंगाना में बनाई, वही छत्तीसगढ़ में बनाई, because in Chhattisgarh also I said it's too close to call and BJP can even surpass the Congress because it was overlapping the ranges, But मध्य प्रदेश में मेरी खिचड़ी गड़बड़ हो गई जो मैंने चढ़ाई और मुझे लगता है कि मैंने उसमें एक मुट्ठी दाल कम डाली क्योंकि female voters I failed to read. What Pradeep was clear in his reading that female voters in Madhya Pradesh are going one-sided and that will end up giving BJP probably 6 or 7% lead. It is even more than that, as Yogendra has said. So I completely failed on reading the impact of Ladli Behna Yojana, and that has probably done the trick. At the same time, the excess vote share probably also happened because of the BJP's strategy of sending all these big shots back to their districts. So and all of them actually were given uncomfortable seats to contest. To be fair to them, they were not the best of the BJP seats that all these central BJP leaders which were going to contest in Madhya Pradesh are concerned. However, yes, it's puzzles the kind of impact because one thing which we could read from the tracker was there is no anti-incumbency, but there was fatigue. That is for sure. That as we have been saying for 6 months all along, that there is fatigue. There is no anger. Shivraj Singh Chauhan is popular. There is no anger against his government, but there is fatigue. Somehow Congress could not gain from that fatigue. They still managed to poll 40%, by the way. In all the 3 states, even their 2 sitting chief ministers managed to poll the same vote. They voted last time when they won the election. But it is the BJP which has taken in the larger vote share by most probably benefiting from the polarization, bipolarization of the of the state politics. The others getting literally squeezed out. Look at the vote shares of the others. Only in Rajasthan, the others' vote share is intact. That is largely because of rebel candidates, not because of the institutional parties in Rajasthan in a big way. So yeah, in Madhya Pradesh, when we go back to the drawing board, for me as a pollster to learn is to start polling extra for as far as the female samples are concerned. And as Yogendra, being my senior in this field, would tell you, interviewing female voters or female respondents in India is not really an easy task to begin with, but still that is a lesson for me to learn. Having said that, there are lot many things over and under the bridge in that way to take away from these election results as a whole. I believe that Congress will find it really difficult to take solace in the Telangana victory. It will be difficult for them, keeping in mind that 6 months down the lane, they have to face the Lok Sabha elections. And mind you, BJP is not winning the last two Lok Sabha. Narendra Modi is not the Prime Minister because they failed to win Telangana. Narendra Modi is Prime Minister because he defeated Congress hands down in the 200 odd seats where it is BJP versus the Congress or Rahul Gandhi versus Narendra Modi of sorts. So Telangana is hardly going to do magic for the Congress as far as the contest 6 months